যেমন কালকে দুপুরে টাইম খাইছি আমি বলে ছোট 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 আছে না ওটা কোনো খাইনি বলে তো আমি বলতে Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Priyanka. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international educational and training institute. In the last years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP and ISO 9001, 2050 and 1000 2080 is a training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community researchers providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education, so we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners to respective campus professions and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product. It's a part of our human right. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, award, quiz competition, monitoring, and counseling etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all guides, learning web game website, e-courses, computer sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for you and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and right nutrition, so we try to understand the needs of today's generation and to serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. RGP members committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, your continuous support has already completed 1,476 webinars successfully. Wow. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,476 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.videoigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our website, new website where you can find all of our previous activities together with lots of features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you can enjoy our services. So create your account for once with the proper information, know that with your proper information you will enjoy our features. With mismatched data, you can't do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competitions on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars, 1420 plus with verified certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after this session we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive the certificates. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in one exam unlimited till you pass. If you earn IUP score, you can download all your previous certificates, education certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of graduate. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, that means you can download the certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized companies support IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download the types of instant certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence Certified during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities during the pandemic, Certificate of Active and IGP Knowledge Seeking Camp 2020, Certificate of Active and IGP Knowledge Seeking Camp 2021, Certificate of Active and IGP Knowledge Seeking Camp 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement 2, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trends in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskilling Professional Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trends and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehensive Approach, Certificate of Preparation, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching, Special Program in the Arts. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teenagers, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wishers, we promised previously but lack of technical issues. We are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials. We solved all issues from our website. Now you can enter. Reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but no without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 1000. We are going to now start our webinar 1400 490 and program name is Intellectual Property Rights, and our today's speaker is Dr. Supriya Pathak, and she is assistant professor, Oriental University, Indore. Now we are going to hand over the stage. Um,
Assistant professor in the Oriental University in Indore. So first of all, I would like to say congratulate to the whole team of IGP because you are doing such a great and a wonderful job. So thank you very much, IGP, for inviting me, the keynote speaker for today's session. Today I will speak on the intellectual property rights. So just hold on, I am sharing the screen. Yes. So here is my screen. Role of the intellectual property rights in the development of entrepreneurship. And as you know that I'm Dr. Supriya Pathak, the member of Incubation and Innovation Cell. I am the assistant professor in the Faculty of Management and Commerce in the Oriental University in Dhaka. So, my presentation objectives are that what is the intellectual property? Here are four main objectives. Number one is creation. Number second is application. Number third is protection. And then we will move on with successful business. So, how this process will continue? Let's see. So here, first of all, I would like to mention that what are the importance of the intellectual property. So just take a look that is any product of human intellect that is intangible but has a value in the marketplace. Like here, I would like to also explain and also put some examples. There are there are a trademark, there are some kind of patents, there are some kind of trade secrets. Okay, so these are all the examples of the intellectual property. So it is called intellectual property because it is the product of human imagination, creativity, and inventiveness, right? So, see, if I write some beautiful poem or if I write some beautiful song, okay, so this is my birthright that I actually the credit goes to me to write these kind of beautiful poem. Okay, so what should I do? I have to take a copyright from my government about my poem or about my literature or any kind of literary work. So now just take a look that what is the importance of intellectual property rights. So traditionally, business have thought of their physical assets such as land, buildings, equipment as the most important. Okay. Increasingly, however, a company's intellectual assets are also important. Like we can say that companies' intellectual assets are trademark, patent, trade secrets, and as well as the goodwill. Goodwill is also intellectual property. So now here you can see that what are the common mistakes in regard to protecting their intellectual property. So, number one is not properly identifying all of their intellectual property, not fully recognizing the value of their intellectual property, not legally protecting the intellectual property that needs to be protected, not using their intellectual property as a part of their overall plan for the success. So it is mandatory that we have to identify that what are our intellectual properties. See, if I am running my business, so definitely my business have a particular company logo. Okay. Here now you can see that here is the logo of Institute of Global Professionals. Okay, so if the two institutes use these kind of same logos, okay, so there will be no identity of Institute of Global Professionals. So what this Institute of Global Professional will do? Institute of Global Professional will apply for the trademark of this logo. Okay, so that only the Institute of Global Professionals have a right to use this logo. Okay. No other higher education institute or no any other company can use this kind of logo in future. So that is the benefit of the intellectual property rights. Moving ahead, determining what intellectual property to legally protect. So here I am representing some criteria. Number one criteria is determine whether the intellectual property in question is directly related to the firm's competitive advantage. Decide whether the intellectual property in question has value in the marketplace or not. So, here are the four key forms of the intellectual properties. As in a before, as in a previous slides, I already mentioned that patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. These are the type of intellectual property rights. And in the short form, we can also say that IPR. Okay. So IPR is the short form of intellectual property rights. So let's see what is the patent, what is the definition of patent. So patent is a grant from the federal government confirming the rights to exclude others from making, selling or using an invention for the term of the patent. A patent doesn't give its owner the right to make use or sell an invention, rather the right granted is only to exclude others from doing so. Here we can see that what is a patent. So, a legal protection which gives an inventor the right to exclude others from performing certain activity in the country of insurance. So, this is the main point. It's sectioned monopoly for a set number of years in exchange for disclosure to the public. Okay, this is the another important point. Now, sources of recognition for the inventors: incentive to develop a commercial product, license to an existing company, start up a new company, protection against imitators. What can be patented means which kind of work should be patented by the government of any nation. So number one is novel. Novel, that means very new thing, not previously known or used by others. So this is the novel. Useful, definitely it should be useful and have a known use or a produce or a concrete and a tangible result. Okay, what cannot be? Okay, what cannot be patented? So number one is idea. We cannot patent it about any idea. Number second, law of nature. So law of nature is also can't be patented. And number third is scientific principle. Scientific principle is also can't be patented. The basic requirements for obtaining a patent. Okay. So as we have already discussed that it must be utility, it must be novel, that means it must be different from what has come before. Okay, not in the prior art. Not obvious, it must be not obvious to a person of ordinary skill in the field. So here are the some type of patents. You can see that mostly the patent have a type of invention which has covered new or useful process, machine, manufacturer, composition of material, or any new and useful improvement. what duration we actually got when we patent something. So 20 years from the date of the original application. That means the on the basis of the utility, you will be granted patent for the 20 years. Number second is on the basis of design, you will granted patent for the 14 years. And in the design, what kind of things we will be patented? So number one is invention of any new invention, any original and ornamental design. Here I am repeating again, any ornamental design for the manufacturer products. Okay, so for the particular design, we will go for the patent application. Number third one is plant. Okay, any new variety of plants that can be reproduced asexually. Okay, so for this, we will get the 20 years grant, 20 years grant for the date of the application. Now let's discuss about the special utility patent. So what is the business method patent? A business method patent is a patent that protects an invention that or facilitates a method of doing business. Number second, the most notable business method patents that have been awarded. Like you can see that here are some examples like Amazon.com's one click ordering system. Okay. So actually this system, one click ordering system, this system already have the grant. This is the business method which was introduced by the Amazon. Okay. Priceline.com's name your price business model. This was the business model which is introduced by the Priceline.com. So this is the another business model patent method. Here you can also see that Netflix method for allowing customers to set up a rental list of movies to be mailed to them. Okay, so this is another kind of business methods for the patents. Next, the process of obtaining a patent. So there are the 6 steps for the process of obtaining patent. So here first, second, third, fourth, five, and six. Number one is make sure the invention should be practical. Number second, determine the type of application to file. Number third, hire a patent attorney. Number fourth, conduct a patent search. Number fifth, file a patent application. And number sixth, obtain decision from US Patent and Trademark Office. This was the very important step. Now let's take a look. What is the patent infringement? Patent infringement that means it takes place when one party engages in the unauthorized use of another party's patent. The tough part, particularly from a small entrepreneurial firm point of view, is that patent infringement cases are costly to litigate. A typically patent infringement case costs each side at least dollar 500 million to litigate. So here are the 4 types of the trademark. Any word, name, symbol, or device used to identify and distinguish one company's goods from another, like example of the Apple, GoPro, Dreamcatch, and brand Sanit. These are the examples of the trademark. Like you can see that the logo of Apple is very different. Okay. You can also see that the logo of GoPro. Okay, it is some kind of unique. So we can go for the trademark. And this trademark should be renewed in every 10 years. Okay. Service mark, similar to trademarks, are used to identify the service or intangible activities of a business rather than a business physical products. Like examples, 1800 flowers, Amazon.com, okay, Dropbox, CoachUp. These are the service marks, and this should be also renewable for the span of the 10 years. Apart from this, there are also collective mark and a certification mark, right? Collective marks or trademarks are service mark used by the members of the cooperative association or other collective group like Rotary International and International Franchisee Association. Here you can see that the whole Rotary Club, the whole Rotary International clubs using the same logo in their activities. So this is a collective mark, not a trademark. Okay. Now, and this also has the same renewal period. Now let's take a look of certification mark. So marks, words, names, symbols, these are the devices used by a person other than the owner to certify a particular quality about a good or service. Here are the examples like 100% of Napa Valley and Underwriters Laboratories. Okay, so these are the certification marks, and again, the certification marks has to be renewed after the 10 years. Now, what is protected under trademark law? Which kinds of things we have to protect it under the trademark law? Okay, so have a look. Here you can see that words like bridge box, okay, drip catch, these are the examples. Okay, number and letters like 3M, Boeing 787, AT&T. Okay, so here you can see that 3M and Boeing 787, these are already reserved by someone, by some company, okay, as a trademark. Like design and logos, so you can see that Nike Swish logo, okay. So this Swish logo is already designed. Sounds like MGM's Lion's Roar, right? So this lion's roar is a sound which is created by someone's efforts. Okay, here you can also include like the IPL's tune. Okay, so the IPL, that means Indian Premier League. Okay, so the sound of Indian Premier League is very unique and is very attractive. So this sound is also have the trademark. Here you can see that what is the protected under the trademark law. Some other things are also there, like fragrances is stationery treated with a special fragrance. Okay, so this kind of fragrance should also be protected. Shapes, unique shapes of the Apple iPhone. Apple iPhone have a unique and a very special, very outstanding shape. Okay. Colors, like here you can see that Nexium, the purple pill. Okay. So the color of Nexium is also have the trademark. Trad traces the layout and the decor of the restaurant. Okay, should be trademarked. Now let's take a look at exclusions from the trademark protection. So number one is immoral or a scandalous matter. Okay, like profane words, deceptive matter, like labeling oranges, fresh Florida oranges that are not grown in a Florida. Okay, descriptive marks like phrases like golf ball and fried chicken and descriptive and can't be trademarked. Okay, surnames. Okay, Okay, like my surname is Pathak, Pathak. So I can't go for the trademark of my surname. Okay, so common surnames like Anderson, or we can say that Smith, can't be trademarked. The process of obtaining trademark is very simple. There are the three steps: select an appropriate mark, perform a trademark search, and create rights the trademark. Okay. Now let's have a look about the copyright. So copyright is a work which doesn't have to have artistic merit to be eligible for copyright protection. Okay. It is also a form of intellectual property protection that grants to the owner of a work of authorship. Point to be noted, it is the work which have the intellectual property rights on the authorship. Okay. Now the next, which should be protected by a copyright. Number one is literary work, musical compositions, computer software, dramatic works. Okay, some kind of choreographic works. Okay, so they have the special copyrights. Okay, pictorial, graphic, and sculpture works. Now, what things excluded from the copyright protection? So, number one is here you can see that the example, like an entrepreneur may have the idea to open a saucer themed restaurant. The idea itself is not eligible for the copyright protection. However, if the entrepreneur writes down specifically what his or her saucer themed restaurant will look like and how it will operate, that description is copyrighted. The legal principle described this concept is called the idea expression. Idea expression dichotomy. An idea is not copyrightable, but the specific expression of idea is again point to be noted that an idea is not a copyrightable, but the specific expression of an idea must have the copyright. How can we obtain the copyright? So here you can see that copyright law protects and work of authorship the moment it assumes a tangible form. Technically, it is not necessary to provide a copyright notice or a register work with the US Copyright Office. The following steps can be taken, however, to enhance the copyright protection. Like copyright protection can be enhanced by attaching the copyright notice or copyright work like this. C encircled. Encircled C is the copyright sign. Further protection can be obtained by the registering the work with the US Copyright Office. Okay. Now copyrights. Let's discuss about the copyright infringement. So copyright infringement occurs when one work derives from another or is an exact copy or shows substantial similarity to the original work. To prove infringement, a copyright owner is required to show that the alleged infringer had prior access to the copyrighted work and that the work is substantially similar to the owner's. Now, let's talk about the trade secrets. So, what is the trade secret? A trade secret is any formula, pattern, or a physical device, idea, process, or other information that provides the owner of the information with a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Trade secrets include marketing plans, product formulas, financial forecasts, employees, rosters, logos of sales calls, and similar types of information. Trade secret protections. What are the trade secret protections? So, not all information qualifies for the trade secret protection. In general, information that is known to the public or that competitors can discover through the legal means doesn't qualify for the secret protection. Companies protect trade secrets through physical measures and return documents. Now, the strongest case for the trade secret protection is information that is characterized by the following. Number one is it known outside the company, is known only outside the company on a need to know basis, is safeguarded by a stringent efforts to keep the information confidential, is valuable and provides the company a competitive advantage, was developed at great cost, time, and effort, can't be easily duplicated, reverse engineered, or discovered. Here you can see that restricting access, labeling documents, password protecting confidential computer files, maintaining logbooks for visitors, maintaining logbooks for access to sensitive materials, maintaining adequate overall security measures. Intellectual property audit. The first step a firm should take to protect its intellectual property is to complete an intellectual property audit. An intellectual property audit is conducted to determine the intellectual property a firm owns. There are two reasons for conducting an intellectual property audit. Number one is it prudent for a company to periodically determine whether its intellectual property is being properly protected. Number second, it is important for a firm to remain prepared to justify its valuation in the event of a merger or a acquisition. Conducting an intellectual property audit. The process of conducting an intellectual property audit. So there are the two steps. The first step is to develop an inventory of a firm's existing intellectual property. The inventory should include the firm's present registration of the patents, trademarks, and the copyrights. The second step is to identify works in progress to ensure that they are being documented and protected in a systematic and orderly manner. Okay. Now, how does this whole IP system affect innovative entrepreneurship? So, the IP system as an asset for the innovative entrepreneurship. The acquisition and the management of the IPR are critical in helping firms transform their innovation potential and creativity into market value and competitiveness. Here you can see that some bullet points which shows that if you want to positioning in the global markets and by opening up new commercial pathways or by segmenting existing markets, so you must have copyrights, patents, and trade secrets, signaling current and the prospective value to investors, competitors, and partners, accessing knowledge, markets, and networks, defending themselves from patent infringement suits, blocking rivals from the patenting related inventions, and using patents in a negotiation biological rights. So here you can see that I have write a paragraph that what is the need of IPR for an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs are actually helping in the economic development of the country by providing employment, income generation, and exports, etc. So these industries are very important for the whole development, whole economic development of any nation. So due to lack of financial resources, skilled manpower, and these industries become sick. So therefore, for the survival, such industries should become competitive and should strive for the competitive advantage through the innovation, so that innovation play an important role in improving the enterprises. For the innovation, IPR is must. So thank you very much, all of you. Now, at the conclusion, I just want to say that micro, small, and a medium scale industries are the support for not only the Indian manufacturing sector but all the global manufacturing sector. So there are about 26 million MSMEs which employ more than 60 million people and shares about the 45% in manufacturing sector and hold about 40% of the exports and contributes to the 8% of GDP of any country. So that they face several challenges like technological problems, lack of finance, IPR related issues, unawareness, etc. So therefore, they are unable to register for the patents, copyrights, trademarks, and intellectual property, because of which they are losing their competitive advantage. So we have to focus on that how can we apply for the copyright patents and trade secrets to save and to protect our business. So thank you very much. Thank you the team of Institute of Global Professionals. I am free for handling any kind of questions. I would like to express my gratitude to the team of Institute of Global Professionals. And if anyone wants to ask any question, so please let me know. Now I am free. My presentation is over, so you can ask me any question.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, dear ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question and answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2. After session part 2, which is the question and answer part. Dear IGP seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. After question and answer session, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question and answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir.
Dear IGP
Hello.
knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. After question and answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question and answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your questions in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker.
If anyone have any questions, please write down in the chat box. I think the presentation is a very well. No one has any question.
Yes, ma'am. I think we have covered all of our topics.
Uh-huh. So can I leave the studio?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So thank you all of you again. Please accept my sincere gratitude. The whole team of Institute of Global Professionals. I am very honored that you invited me for the today's session. Thank you very much. I am Dr. Supriya Pathak signing off. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certificate instructions. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session at Gain and Enroll. After watching or completing part, click Mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.radioigp.com. Please make sure presence in on our website. Sign up or sign in. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part, click Mark as complete. Move to the next, which is learning test. Parking mass 80%. If passed, back to the quiz, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is a regular webinar activity. We change a few processes for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Participation process. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join online quiz competition properly, please follow instructions carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you can't join live quiz competitions anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or given link, find the session name and join with your log, website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificates for the top 10 as previously, which you can find on our website and official Facebook page. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. We are now start our quiz session. Already 19 people join with us. We are now start our quiz session. First question is intellectual property rights. A. Rights given to individuals over the ownership of their devices. B. Rights given to individuals over the intellectual creations of their mind. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Aaron Gate HSC Salvizo. Next question is intellectual property rights, intangible property like patents, copyrights, trademarks, or trade secrets. B. Tangible property like furniture, machinery, and computers. Correct A on the leaderboard. First person name is Melchor Bakasin. Next question is intellectual property and intellectual property rights are the same. A true, B false. Correct answer is B false. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyangyu Isahi Gituekar. Next question is intellectual property rights are new ideas and invention, copyrights, patents, and trademarks. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Alex Javier Alviraj. Next question is define intellectual property rights and legal rights over creative works for others, the ownership of intellectual creations. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyungi Isahi Gituekar. Next question is intellectual property right is a protection of digital assets as text, content, images, audio, and sound. The collection, storage, uses, and deletion of personal info. Correct answer is A. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyungyu Isahi Gidekar. Next question is intellectual property rights stop your ideas being translated by others from using or stealing your idea. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyungyu Isahi Gidekar. Next question is intellectual property rights are people who apply for patents to keep and protect the patents, trademark, copyrights, and trade secrets. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyungyu Isahegitoekar. On the next question is intellectual property rights are a non-mortgage physical assets, the copyrights, patents, and trademarks. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyungyu Isahegitoekar. Next question is intellectual property rights are the rights an intelligent person receives when buying a home, the legal rights which address the creation of the mind. Correct answer is B. On the leaderboard, first person name is Kyungi Isahegitoekar. At the congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition, we have top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition. We are top 10 congratulations second. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page. At the end of our session, we can say properly if you do skill never stop learning because now it never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, type your goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, I again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers from your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.